or what it is. Okay, so or what is it? All right, you can directly say, what does that involve? All right, so you can ask this question. This is a better way of asking the question. So what exactly do you do? All right, so this is a better way. So what does that involve, or what does your work involve? Okay, then now you have to now the other person describes in detail. I supervise a team of designers. Supervise yani ki I kind of instruct them, or I kind of lead them. All right, I'm the team leader, or I supervise. So I supervise a team of designers, यानी कि हमारे पास एक टीम है designers की. We all have to think of new ideas, test them, and then develop the ones that we will succeed. Now, we can think of a lot of ideas, right? हमारे पास बहुत से आइडियाज हो सकते हैं, लेकिन नॉट नेसेसरी दैट ऑल ऑफ देम विल बी सक्सेसफुल. सो दैट इज व्हाट इट मीन्स हियर. ओके, पहले हम आइडियाज, वी थिंक ऑफ न्यू आइडियाज, ओके, देन वी टेस्ट देम, यानी कि थोड़ा सा स्मॉल स्केल टेस्टिंग करते हैं, और फर्दर वी विल डेवलप. Okay, further we will develop the ones which have the potential to become a success. Understood? So that is what it means. But can you see how it is expressed? I supervise a team of designers. Now, in your case, it could be I supervise a team, I supervise a financial team, or I handle the matters of the financial team. All right, you can use such words as well. Okay, so we'll see in the next one, in the next slide, what are some of the other phrases you can use to speak about your responsibility. Okay, it sounds challenging. Now, it's instead of saying it must be difficult, okay, instead of saying your work must be difficult, or and things like that, you could say it sounds challenging, or the work sounds challenging, instead of using your work must be challenging, or your work must be difficult. In that case, okay, so you're like kind of confirming that it is difficult, but you never use such terms. Okay, your work must be difficult, or your work is difficult. Okay, so these are you are like saying that it is difficult, whereas you don't know whether it is really difficult or no. Sometimes it just sounds, but in actual it is very simple, right? Okay, so and vice versa. Sometimes it sounds very simple, okay, but in actual it is very difficult. So you can use this term. It sounds challenging. Challenging means thoda sa challenge hai, thoda sa difficulty hai. Okay, so you can use this term rather than saying, okay, your work must be difficult. Okay, then it is, but I really enjoy it. Okay, so हाँ, थोड़ा सा challenging है, पर मुझे करना बहुत ही पसंद है, और या मुझे बहुत मजेदार लगता है. I really enjoy doing it. All right. Now, is it means, okay, if you are asking, okay, for example, the ice cream has gone bad, all right, or the ice cream is spoiled. Okay, then the other person asks, is it? Okay, is it means kya sach mein? Okay, whereas it is yani ki is it is like when you're asking, whereas it is when you are telling. Understood? So that you should remember this difference. Just one reverse of these two words can mean different. Okay, so everybody has understood? All right. Okay. So now let's go to this one. Please note down this. You should know this. You should know how to. What are the creative ways of speaking? So I am responsible for new product development. So forget about that product development. In this case, the job it's just the example of a particular job which is done. That is product development. So now in your case it could be different. For example, now I could say I am responsible for teaching students. All right, or I am in charge of teaching students. Okay, so here, or teaching students is my responsibility. So जो भी आप काम कर रहे हैं, that will get so that is what will replace this term new product development. Understood? अगर आप sales में कुछ कर रहे हैं, so I am responsible for maintaining the sales of the company. Okay, just an example. So don't say you don't have to use new product development. Remember to replace it. Okay. So I am responsible for. You can use this, okay, in a way to किसी को अपनी responsibility बताने के लिए. I am responsible for. Secondly, you can say I am in charge of. Okay, so it is responsible for, not responsible of. All right, make sure that you pay attention to the prepositions. Don't make mistakes. It is I am responsible for, I am in charge of. So in charge preposition is of. If you are using responsible, you have to use preposition for. New product development is my responsibility. So dash is my responsibility. So you can use it in this way as well. So you can mention your job profile first, like, your responsibility, and then continue is my responsibility. Understood? So these are three unique and very creative ways, very appropriate professional ways of किसी को अपने responsibility के बारे में बताना. Okay, I hope you have noted it down. Let's take a look at this. Now, these are some abbreviations which you should know. CEO, it means Chief Executive Officer. All right. So all of us want to become a CEO, right? Like that's the kind of a craze which teenagers jab ve kaam karna chahte hain, they want to be the CEO. So it means the Chief Executive Officer. CFO is Chief Financial Officer. MD is Managing Director. Now, these are some abbreviations you all need to know. Okay, so at least general knowledge के लिए किसी ने पूछा तो पता होना चाहिए. Okay, so I hope you have noted this one as well. Also, try to make a little handwritten notes here and there. All right, if you are at office, it's not possible. That is okay. But अगर आप घर पे हैं, okay, so और आपके पास, it is possible that you can write and make notes. Okay, please do so, because I always tell you, when you write and learn, you learn better. Okay, you remember better, and handwriting की practice होती है, speed की practice होती है, spellings की भी practice होती है. So there are a lot of benefits of handwritten notes. So attempt that. Okay, so try to make handwritten notes whenever you can. Now, suitable replies for questions like what does your role as a product manager involve? Okay, now in this case, जब आपसे कोई पूछता है, okay, so what does your role, okay, so as a manager involve? Okay, so here it involves attending a lot of meetings. Okay, or for example, now my role, okay, so it involves taking a lot of classes, or conducting a lot of classes. All right, I'm just giving you an example. So आपके job में कौन सा, what is that you do a lot? You have to like attend a lot of meetings, or do you have to travel often? Because there are some jobs wherein you have to travel often because of your job. All right, so whatever is the main thing, okay, like what exactly your job involves, you have to identify and then replace it. So what will you say? It involves. Okay, so it involves is a term which you will use. So it involves attending a lot of meetings. It involves making lots of presentations. Okay, and it involves working long hours. All right, so you can use it. Now, can you see here, if you are using lots, no article a has to be used. Whereas if you are using the word lot, article a has to be used. Okay, always remember it is a lot of and lots of. Understood? There is a difference. A lot of and lots of. So if you are using lots of, no article. If you are using lot of, there is an article a. So simple reason, like LOT is like singular. So therefore we will use article a, which is used with singular entities. All right. Whereas lots is like already plural. So a lots is incorrect. All right. Therefore no article required. Okay. Pay attention to these things as well. Okay. Now, phrases to say that your role is challenging. What do I mean by challenging? For example, something which is, slightly difficult, or हाँ, उसमें बहुत मेहनत लगती है और थोड़ा सा difficult है. So that is what I mean by challenging. Never use terms like, okay, my job is very difficult. It's a very negative kind of a sentence. All right, you could say my job is very challenging. All right, so it really takes a lot of my efforts. Understood? So use such words. Right, never use words like my job is difficult or things like that. It's kind of negative. Alternatively, you could say, okay, or the appropriate term would be challenging.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay, so the job is a challenge. Okay, so it's a challenge, like it involves a lot of my time, a lot of my efforts. Okay, so thoda sa difficult hai, par main kar sakti hu. Okay, it's like, that kind of that. So it's kind of a little positive. All right, my role is quite challenging. All right, so these are some ways you can say. Okay, so my job is a challenge, or my role is quite challenging. So instead of saying saying job, you could also say my role. All right, so role is quite challenging. You can use words like, okay, role. Instead of saying job, you can also say role, ROLE. All right, role yani ki, like, the type of the type of what you could say, the position that you hold, or like, the kind of work that you do. Okay, so that is what is meant by ROLE, role. All right, this is a better way of saying. Understood, everybody? Is there any doubts, any questions, anything you want to ask?
Naturally to everyone. Okay.
All right. So now let's quickly do the exercise. Please attempt this one. What is the answer here?
That improves. It is my voice. It is something. Speaking is something which improves. Okay.
Okay, good job, Purva. Nazmul, Muhammad, Prabhu Chaitanya, Ashok, well done. So here the answer is 2. Okay, we have already discussed this. I report to the human resource director. I report to the CEO. Okay, so यानी को आप किसको report करते हैं? So I report to. All right, so and then human resource director or CEO, that is like, the position to which you report to. That can vary, but what you have to remember is which preposition you are going to use. That is to, not for. Okay, or not with. Sheetal, quickly unmute yourself. If some of you cannot view the slides, please make sure you quickly refresh the pages. Okay, refresh your page, and if it still persists, then I'll send the helpline number. Please contact the helpline. Okay, they will be able to help you out, because at the most what I can do for you is ask you to refresh. Beyond that, you'll have to contact the helpline.
So hesitation. So now we can use formal or informal.
Name the next one, all of you.
Who we are introducing, that is hesitation. So we can use formal or
I am responsible dash the recruitment. Recruitment means, okay, so new लोगों को hire करना. Okay, so to hire new people, to get new people on board. All right, that is the meaning of recruitment or recruit. Okay, so I am responsible for the recruitment, यानी कि लोगों को to get new people on board, or like, to hire new people. So I am responsible for this particular job or this particular work. All right, so that's why it is I am responsible for. Okay, so here it is not I am responsible of the recruitment or on the recruitment. It is for the recruitment. Okay, good job, Adarsh and all the others. Attempt this one now quickly.
Their imagination.
What is the answer here?
When you're preparing this introduction, what all do we need to a better understanding be developed? What can grab, right? All of these.
This one is also very simple. If you have your prepositions, if you know your prepositions correctly, these exercises are really very simple. Okay, so good job, Mitali, Nikhila, Daigo, Apurva, and Subha. Fantastic. Okay, so here the answer is I am in charge of new product development. Okay, so here it is not I am in charge to new product development. To is like the preposition to means towards something, or like, in the direction of. So here we are saying I am in charge. What are you in charge of? Okay, even if you had to ask the question, so what are you in charge of? I am in charge of the new product development or new product development. All right, so I am in charge of is a correct preposition to be used here. Okay, attempt this one.
Now you're using it.
So you have to use the correct form of the word challenge in this case. Okay, so I'll give you a little extra time.
Your imagination, which you want to use, can be again bringing what to use now. You're using it.
Good job, Mitali, Prabhu Chaitanya, Sheetal, Subha, Adarsh, and Shaira. Well done. So definitely here it is not. It's very challengeable job. Challengeable is incorrect. Okay, so we would rather say it's a very challenging job, or it's very challenging. All right. So here there should be an article. Okay, so it's missed out. It should be it's a very challenging job. Okay, so otherwise it could have simply been it's very challenging. All right, but here in this case, just make that note. Okay, there is an article by mistake. It's not like that, but it should be it's a very challenging job. All right, everybody, any difficulties, any doubts? Attempt this one now.
So then you greet them. Good morning. Already familiar to you. Hello, hi.
So what is the correct form of the word responsible here? Good job, Mitali, Sheetal, Meena, Prabhu Chaitanya, and Purva. Fantastic. So here the answer is it's a job with a wide range of responsibilities. Wide range of responsibility. All right. So here we cannot say responses. Responses is like जब आप किसी को apply करते हैं and then you wait for a response. Here we are not representing them. We are saying responsibilities यानी कि जिम्मेदारियां. All right, so that is the meaning here. It's a job with a wide range of responsibility. Attention. Mitali, do you mean attention? What you have typed out says attention. Attention means pay attention when I say, okay, so dhyan do. All right, attention means dhyan dena, or also it I receive a lot of attention. So for example, dhyan dena, or to think about something. All right, that is the meaning of attention. Okay, so when I say pay attention, it means in Hindi dhyan do. All right, distract mat ho jao. That is the meaning. All right, Mitali. Okay, so is there any doubt, any difficulty till now? Anybody has any doubts, any difficulties, any questions? Can we proceed?
Put an impression on them, or you make a good impression. So that
all right. Okay, so now please raise your hands. We require 2 volunteers. So quickly raise your hands. Yes, others. Please unmute yourself. And then anybody else who would like to volunteer? Okay. Yes, Purva, quickly unmute yourself.
To them, you can end it in like saying thank you.
Okay, so Purva, you can read probably the red one. Others, you can read the yellow one. Okay. So let's begin.
Okay, ma'am.
To them,
let's start.
You can end it. You can say thanks for supporting by saying thank you. I just want to say thanks for helping me.
Let's start.
Or another.
Purva, let's start, right?
You can say help. I couldn't have done it without you. You can say thanks. Now all of these would depend on the situation. I just want to say thanks.
Begin. So Purva, let's start. Please start with the first sentence.
Yes, I hear you studied in Finland.
These would depend on the situation. Okay,
that's right. I did a degree in engineering at Temple Technical University and then worked a small software company in Helsinki. Why did you decide to stay in Finland?
You were in the office, and then in those ways you took your colleagues' help.
I was very interested in job. I wanted to put my training into practice. The practice experience was very good and certainly helped
I'll read the ones in yellow
to get the job.
Well done, very nicely read. Good job. Okay, only here it is. I was very interested in the job. Okay, not I was interested in
all the sentence only.
Alright, but otherwise both of you read very well. Good job, both of you. Fantastic. Okay, so now I'll quickly explain. Now in this case, in this conversation,
so you all the sentence
we understand like how to tell about the qualifications, why we did certain things and all of that. Okay, Tara, I've seen you have raised your hand, but in the chat box you have to raise it.
My name is Venkat. Thank you for helping our team with the project.
Alright, anyways, Tara, you can definitely do. There is another conversation. You can be. You will be.
It is pleasure to meet you.
This was basically
okay. So here I hear you studied it. Coming back to the conversation, I hear you studied in Finland. Okay, so यानी कि आपने यहाँ इस जगह पर अपनी studies पूरी की. All right, so that's right. I did a degree in engineering at Tampere Technical University, and then I worked in a small software.
How it begins, right?
A software company in Helsinki. All right.
What is your name?
Okay, so here whenever you say, okay, I done engineering degree or anything like that, okay, that is incorrect. This is how you should say. Okay, so I did a degree in engineering and then I worked in a software company. All right, or you could say I have done a degree in engineering. Okay, so and now I am looking for a job. All right, so you can use it in this way, but this is a correct way of saying it. Okay, I did a degree and then I started working and then I worked in a software company. So in this case you have to say, okay, most of the times, okay, so students get really confused of how to talk about their qualifications. So pay attention here and please note down, I did a degree in engineering. Okay, so whatever is your qualification, you can introduce it or talk about it in this way. Okay, then why did you decide to stay in Finland? यानी कि आपने वहाँ पर रहने का क्यों decision लिया? I was very interested in the job. I wanted to put my training into practice. यानी कि I was very interested. So now usually these are the questions which can be asked, which are usually asked during interviews. Okay, like why did you do? Why did you complete your education here? Or why did you decide to move to a new place and learn there? Okay, so you should always be prepared for such questions. Okay, so for example, normal questions would be, okay, so for example, you have done it in India. So why did you choose to do it in India? Why did you choose this institute? Why didn't you choose to go abroad? Why did you go abroad to study? So you have to be very attentive. You should prepare yourself for answering such questions. Understood? You can note down. So here also, can you see? Okay, so why did you decide to stay in Finland, or why did you decide to study in Finland? Okay, so see how he answers. I was very interested in the job. यानी कि वहाँ पर जो मुझे जॉब मिला, मैं उसमें बहुत ही इंटरेस्टेड था. I wanted to put my training into practice. Okay, so यानी कि whatever I learned, whatever the way I got trained, I wanted to put it into practice. यानी कि practical exposure. Okay, so the experience was very good and certainly helped me to get this job. यानी कि वह जो experience मुझे मिला वहाँ पर, उस experience से मुझे अब और एक नया job मिला. Okay, can I say I graduated in engineering? Prabhu Chaitanya, you can say I am a graduate. All right, whereas that is what Prabhu Chaitanya, you cannot really say that. You could say I did a degree, or I have completed my engineering degree from, or something like that. Okay, so I graduated in engineering is not appropriate. You could say I am an engineer. I am an engineer, or I am a graduate. Both refer to the same thing. Okay, so engineer यानी कि आपने अपनी graduation complete की है. It is already understood. So you could either say I am a graduate in so and so field. Okay, so I am a graduate, for example, I am a mechanical engineer, or I am a graduate in mechanical engineering, or things like that. But we would not normally say I graduated in engineering. That is incorrect. Okay, you could either say I am a graduate, or I am an engineer. Okay, I am an engineer. Okay, and